Folks, welcome into this Degenerate Danger Zone. Very special episode. It is our Super Prop Sunday show. We're going to be breaking down the Super Bowl itself and all of the props involved. Al, I love to hear that crack early on this Sunday afternoon. There's going to be tons of action today. But first, let's just talk about what we think is going to happen in this game. You have the Kansas City Chiefs -3 in this one, -165 on the money line. I'm going to throw it to you, Degenerate Al, to start this one off.
Yeah, Ty B, I'm fired up. Meerkat, hope you're feeling better. But yeah, it's a big game today. What do we got? The Chiefs, like I said, -3, over under 56. Since this line has opened up, you've kind of seen it, max out at like 3.5, go back to 3. And you can clearly see the sharps and some of the big money bets are coming in on the Bucks plus 3.5. And you're even seeing some big money bets come on the Bucks plus 3. I believe I saw a tweet today. I read something that said all $3 million bets, 7 figures, are on the Bucks. So that's telling you something. It seems like the quote unquote sharper side is on the Bucks, and more of the public side and the amount of tickets is on the Chiefs. So that's where we're at now. This whole week I've been leaning Chiefs. You look at this matchup. I always thought, as a Bills fan, the Super Bowl was Chiefs-Bills. Those were the two best teams in the league, and the winner of that game was going to go on and win the Super Bowl. I'm not changing my pick. I'm sticking with the Chiefs -3.
Meerkat, what do you got on this one? Where are you leaning? Are you on Tampa Bay and the Bucks or Mahomes Chiefs?
I started out this week. I was just so indecisive. I kind of told myself, all right, talk yourself into the Bucks. Gut feeling on the Bucks. And by like Thursday, I was just like, no, I can't do this. I had to take the Chiefs. I'm on the Chiefs today. And yeah, that big sharp money on the Bucks does scare me a bit. And it was just this misconception, not even a misconception, just like a visualization of Tom Brady I always have, where he is the absolute world beater. He will win no matter what because of our history with the Bills, because of things like 28-3, his history in the Super Bowl. But Patrick Mahomes, I mean, that kid is special. Andy Reid, I love him. I want to see him win another one. I'm sticking with the Chiefs. As scared as I am of the big money on the Bucks, I'm sticking with the Chiefs -3.
Yeah, I think I'm going to ride with the Sharps. I'm going against the public in this one. I think Tom gets one last Super Bowl, and I think it's going to be exactly what you want. I think it throws the Chiefs into a little bit of a spiral. They're not as pumped up going into the next season. I think they're going to have a bit of a hangover after a loss rather than the win, and I think that's where the Bills hopefully can figure things out. But let's get into these props. No need to wait any longer because there's so many of them on the board today. Let's start here with the first touchdown score, because that'll be obviously one of the first tickets to cash in this game here. Looking at this one, you have Travis Kelce +700, Tyreek Hill +700. Clicked on the wrong thing there. Mike Evans +900, a playoff Lenny +1,000. Meerkat, I know you got a couple plays on this one.
Yeah, so the first score, I'm just playing one from each side in this one, the respective teams. I'm going with Travis Kelce for KC. You look what he's done in the playoffs so far. He's got 25 targets, 3 touchdowns in the playoffs. It's incredible. He's Patrick Mahomes' safety blanket. Yeah, Tyreek Hill is an absolute threat. Their whole Chiefs offense is an absolute threat to score first in this one. But if I had to pick, and which I am, I'm going with Travis Kelce. I feel confident in that play right there. A decent value at the +700. He's got 14 touchdowns all year. He's going to find the end zone today. And if we're going Tampa Bay, I like Chris Godwin. He's got a lot of targets from Brady these last 5 games, 44 targets. 4 of those have gone for touchdowns. He's been the most reliable guy since that whole receiver core got banged up. Evans looks like he's back. I like him, but not as much as Godwin. Antonio Brown, not as the first touchdown guy, maybe. I don't see him having a big role today, so I like Godwin.
Absolutely. Al, where are you on this one? I know you made some plays on it as well.
Oh, yeah, for first touchdown for sure. I am actually tailing Timmy told me Godwin's going to score the first touchdown. When Timmy says something, I listen. So I sprinkle a little bit on the 12-1 there with Godwin. And then Meerkat, I love the Kelce pick. Clearly, I mean, like you said, 14 touchdowns. The guy's going to score. But for first touchdown, I try to look for value and get higher odds. You saw me riding Dawson Knox the final, 4 or 5 games of the season in the playoffs. He was always hovering around like 16, 18 to 1. Love that kind of play. So I'm going with 2 Chiefs actually with some better odds. I'm going with Darrell Williams at 15 to 1 and Clyde Edwards at 13 to 1. It's just strictly playing the number there, trying to get more value for that first touchdown.
Yeah, and speaking about value, Patrick Mahomes getting maybe a little QB sneak there on the goal line or one of those classic bootlegs. I love that there, 17 to 1 early on. I wouldn't be surprised when you're in the goal line, they're going to be keying in, trying to stop that run, especially in close. And then there's so many weapons there. It just leaves a ton of opportunities for that one. We got Jason Lemire in here saying Byron Pringle, look out for that one. Maybe for the first score. Who knows? That'd probably be a ton of value. But let's move on from that. We're going to look at something here now. I think this is a very interesting prop for the game. This is something I'm going to be making a play on. Player to throw the most touchdowns. Brady plus 195. Mahomes slight favorite there, minus 130. But you can also bet them to have the same amount at plus 425. I'm going with a draw on it. I think they're both going to throw 2 or 3 touchdowns. They're going to match each other in this one, and I think that's going to be some easy free money plus 425. Meerkat, you got anything on that?
On that one, I haven't really looked at that, but I like Mahomes there, but that's like if the Bucks are playing behind, Tommy's going to be throwing those touchdowns. I'm pretty sure they both had 3 in the first matchup this year, and like you saw, Brady got 2 of those in the fourth quarter. So the draw there, not too bad, and plus 425 is just 5 off of our guarantee winner. So
exactly.
And you know what? I just absolutely love shredding. That's 2 tickets down, Liverpool and draw. It's now 4-1 Man City in the 83rd minute. 2 more tickets. See you later. Thought it'd be a little bit of a closer game than that. But with this play, hey, Tybee, love the draw there. Once again, value, playing the number. I had one of my buddies too. Same thing today, took the draw. So I love that play.
No, absolutely. Al, what's another prop that you're targeting today? Maybe something a little bit more off the board.
Something that I'm looking at, a lot of people aren't going to like this, but I'm taking the Chiefs. So clearly I'm going to be riding the Bucks under first half and Bucks under the entire game. It's one of these things where during the season, we've seen Brady flop prime time multiple games. And I don't know. I'm going to go with that Chiefs defense and the Chiefs to continue to, play the way they are and hold Tom Brady. First half, the over-under's under 13.5. And I think the full game is 26.5. So I'm on both of those unders.
Yep, I love that, Al. I think if you're riding with the Chiefs, why not ride with them all the way there? And if you're going to do it, make some money on the way. Yep. Meerkat, where are you targeting? I know we got a lot of interesting things I'm going to bring up here. I'm going to get over into my browser, show you some of these Bovada craziness they got going on over there.
Yeah, before we get into the Bovada craziness, I'm going to give out just a few props, all based around one guy who I absolutely loved today. I talked about it on the Trainwreck Sports Fantasy Show earlier in the week with Wake and Chris. But I'm playing a lot of Ronald Jones props today. You can get Ronald Jones anytime touchdown score plus 240. And, he's had 8 touchdowns this year. He's had 53 carries over the last 4 games. Everybody's on Leonard Fournette right now. He's being undervalued like crazy. Bruce Arians loves Ronald Jones. He was the lead back in this offense until his injury. Yes, Leonard's playing all right, but Jones is still getting his touches. So I like Ronald Jones at plus 240 to score anytime. And then free money lock. Like, if this is not a winner today, I might quit gambling. Ronald Jones over 37.5 rushing yards today. In the first matchup, he had just 9 carries, but he went for 66 yards against this Chiefs defense. He's a very efficient runner. He had a great year. He went over this 4 straight games before this number 4 straight games before last week, where he had a bit of a stinker. And like I said, he's being undervalued, and people are overlooking him this week because Leonard Fournette is the hot hand right now. But that doesn't mean Jones has been completely abandoned. And one more Ronald Jones play. It's one of the Bovada props we'll talk about, but it's a little triple play with him. Ronald Jones over 10 carries, over 50 rushing yards, and a touchdown plus 475. Love that. Just all over him today.
Oh, no, there's a ton of plays you could be making here all over the board. Let's get into some of these Bovada craziness here now, though. Bringing it up here on the side of the screen. You have a slew of different options here. Do you like anyone to score over 2 touchdowns? Tons of value there. Meerkat, what's something you'd like on Bovada? I know because there's a lot of things here where you could bet cross sport that I'm going to try and look to pull up here.
My favorite cross sport play for Bovada today, I love this play, is the Chiefs to have more first downs as a team today in the Super Bowl than Russell Westbrook has points tonight in his game. That's plus 105. Good value there. It's the dog between the two. And you look at the Chiefs, their past 2 games, they've got 29 first downs against the Bills, 24 against the Browns. This is a team who moves the chains consistently. I'm not worried about their offense at all today. And Russell Westbrook has only gone over 24 points twice this season. He's been struggling. I think that's kind of the threshold where it's going to be around is like the 24, 25 range. Hard predicting a bet like this, but if you're going with something crazy, I love it.
No, absolutely. And you saw we have some of these bets here. You have like the Blackhawks Stars total shots on goal. What's going to be more in that or Ronald Jones rushing yards? Like who comes up with these things? These numbers got to be absolutely crazy. You got to expect both teams are going to get at least 40 to 60 shots combined. So it's got to be somewhere in that realm, but it's so different than actually betting someone's total. So I like kind of doing that because you get a chance on what that actual line is going to be, and you never know. It could just be one of the slowest hockey games of all time, and you get the lowest total you've ever hit on one of these guys rushing out.
Yeah, some other things that I'm looking at. MVP winner. I'm not sure if you guys have looked at that. Obviously, Mahomes the favorite with Brady right after him. I really like Tyreek Hill at 10-1. Destroyed them, in the game earlier this season, and that's a play I definitely like at 10-1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, one I'm looking at here to target Kawhi Leonard points, rebounds, and assists plus 7.5 against Leonard Fournette rushing yards. That one at an even value. I'm going with Kawhi. I think he's going to have a great game. You get the PRA, all 3, so you're going to be able to really total things up. He's a full performer. He's going to do a little bit of everything. He's going to distribute the ball. He gets rebounds. He can score. Meerkat, you got another one for me?
One more. It's not a wild cross sport one, but Bovada just has an insane amount of like mini parlays where they're just stacking different things from the Super Bowl. And I'm looking, they got different ranges, and I'm looking in like the sub plus 500 range for like the real free money. And the Chiefs minus 2.5, Travis Kelce to score, and each team to get at least 10 points each half. I really like that play. I'm looking through those. That one stuck out at me, a plus 325 value there. There's tons of things like that. Just pick through them, and there's got to be free money because these people making these have to make a misstep here or there.
No, and the Creek doesn't have any of this stuff, which is the most frustrating thing. Obviously, I'm not expecting the Creek to have like some of this crazy stuff we were talking about, but like they don't even have I believe they don't have like interceptions. Like will Brady throw a pick or Mahomes throw a pick? Like there's some very basic things that you think the Creek would have. And another thing that's unfortunate too is still no live betting or mobile betting in New York State. It'd be great to have, say, the Bucks go up 7-0 and then live hammer the Chiefs, but still can't do that. And I'm not going to sit rope line down at the Creek and just hope to I'm not doing that. So that's just unfortunate. We still don't have that yet.
Yeah, no, you got to be lucky enough to be at a kiosk, or if you're in line, you got to be lucky enough to get there before the line changes and have them lock it in at the right time for you. But let's move on to a couple of these, a little bit more of the fun props, a little bit more outside of the game, if you will. Halftime, let's look at the weekend. Over under 8 songs minus 220 for the over. Unders at plus 155. I had to give a shout out here to Christy. Al, she did a great job with that preview over on trainwrecksports.com. I think I'm with her on that over. I think we're going to see a little bit of everything from the weekend and probably some special guests as we've seen in recent years, Al.
Yeah, no, I mean, let's just say Studio D has literally been a weekend concert for the past 2 weeks. Literally just nonstop. It's all I've heard. I probably heard Blinding Lights 50 times. First song, Blinding Lights, 4-1. How can you not go wrong there? There's value there. And over under 8, that's tough. I mean, do we know what past halftime shows have been? How many total songs? That's a lot. I feel like that's a lot. 8 songs. I mean, but you got to think though too. They go quick. They don't play the full 3-4
song.
minutes.
Yep.
They rifle through these. So it's gonna be right around there.
No, absolutely. I think I'm with you. It's either going to be Blinded Lights or I think The Hills for the first song if you're looking for a little bit more value. If he starts with maybe a little bit of a throwback rather than Blinding Lights, which has been out for about a year now, and it's still like one of the top songs. I think it was who was it? We had Shy Guy Sean. We had who said it was like still one of the top songs that they play. Like it's unbelievable how much that song gets played over and over. I could really see it being Blinded Lights. Meerkat, you got anything on this halftime show?
I almost want to take the under on the songs, even though it doesn't make sense because, like Al said, he's going to be rifling through them. He's not going to perform them each song back to back to back. No one ever does that. It's going to be a big performance, a big mashup. They're going to have like lighting changes, everything for each song. I want to take the under though because I feel like the over is just obvious. Like, and I kind of consider myself a Weeknd fan. I enjoy his music, but if you told me to list 8 Weeknd songs right now, I couldn't.
Wow. Well, there's like 8 right below you.
Oh, where? Oh, there we go. Okay. I'm blind. I can't see the ticker.
We gotta set you up with who was it that just Billy Quarantillo. Shout out Billy Quarantillo, another Buffalo kid, MMA, UFC guy. Just got his LASIK surgery. I was gonna tell him or ask him where he got his done so we could send Carter Hutton there. We could send you there too, Meerkat. I'm sure it'll help you out. But one more interesting prop. We're going to get into the Gatorade color. The Gatorade bath is one of the most prestigious things in all of sports, especially at the Super Bowl. We've seen in past years a lot of purple, a lot of orange, clear mixed in there, a bunch from the Patriots. Meerkat, where are you on this?
I am going with yellow. Yellow is the value here at plus 350. It's in the middle of the pack with odds wise. But with yellow, you also get lime green, any shade of yellow or green, all wrapped into yellow right there. So not saying to get crazy with it, but I like yellow. You've seen a lot of orange chatter. People love orange. People like purple this year too, but I've totally discounted purple after they didn't do it with Prince. I've written off purple, never taking it again. I like yellow for the value today. And, something about like yellow Gatorade, look, just in my head, how my dumb gambling brain works. I'm thinking like COVID, blah, blah, blah. People want to be safe and healthy. And when I'm sick and I'm like going for something like a Gatorade, I think yellow Gatorade's just like heals me better. I don't know. It doesn't make sense. I'm going with yellow.
Sometimes you just got to follow that intuition, Meerkat. I love it. Al, where are you on this color?
This is tough. I mean, I love Meerkat's pick there with lime green, yellow, all options. I'm going to go with red, plus 165. I feel like both teams have a combination somewhat of like a reddish color. So I'm going with red for the Gatorade color on that one.
No, that's exactly what I'm on, Al. I think you're right there, plus 165. Red hasn't been used in quite some time either. I think it's one of those go-to colors. Every team's got to have it on the sidelines because someone's got to like fruit punch. I mean, I don't know how you can't love the red.
Little thing for you guys, though, just so you know, there's only been 3 times in Super Bowl history that the winning team, their jersey colors have been the Gatorade color. And both of these teams got a lot of red going on. So I totally crossed red off right away.
Wow, Meerkat. Absolutely love it. You never know what's going to happen here at the Super Bowl. Tons of props, tons of chances out there to get some free money. And speaking of which, there's one more thing here we got to bring up. We have a special bet, Al. I'm going to try and pull up here for you to talk about.
You talking about the one I sent you?
Yep.
Yeah, so this is from one of my friends, an absolute lace of the Chiefs -3. And let's just say this bet had to be made at a border.
Yeah, at a border. You gotta, take that little trip down south, get over into PA. Yep. Tons of action to be had. That's where you can go get tons of more props if you're trying to do it fully legally and not go offshore or go online and whatnot.
And real quick, just leave it up there. I'll read exactly what the text message said. He goes, I sat in disbelief for 4 quarters during Bills Chiefs. The public money on the Chiefs scares me, but I really have never seen a team perform the way the Chiefs did against a really good Bills team. This just feels like a rare lock for me. There's so much more on props with Chiefs -3 parlayed as well. So this is a big money play, and I think that analysis right there is spot on. Like I said, I thought Bills Chiefs was the Super Bowl. Those were the 2 best teams, and I would have bet that team against any team in the NFC. So roll with the Chiefs, and I'm rolling with the under today.
Absolutely. Love it. Love it, Al. And we'd love to see stuff like that. Make sure you guys are sending things in. We love seeing some content from our followers at Degenerate Danger Zone. So make sure you stay following us at Degenerate Zone on Twitter for tons of action. We're going to be all over it today, hammering different things out. I know Meerkat is probably going to have some fun content coming at Meerkat Cat on Twitter. We have at Alex Shoup, at Ty Buffalo, myself. Al, anything before we sign off here?
Cheers. Cheers to a great Super Bowl and winning some free money. And yeah, it's also a little sad. Like Meerkat said, this is the last day to bet football for a long ass time. Cheers, boys.
Cheers. Yep, so that'll wrap it up for us on our Super Bowl Prop Sunday special. I am your host, Ty B. Thank you, Degenerate Al, for joining me. Thank you, Meerkat, as well. Make sure, again, you stay tuned at Degenerate Zone for more. Good night.